What are your thoughts on the interim leadership, Muhammad Yunus? What kind of person do you think he is? Is he capable enough to handle this situation which is looming in Bangladesh?
Well, that would be seen in due course. It's an interim government. He's a Nobel laureate. He has done well. People trust him. Most importantly, the youth trusts him. So that is very important. See, in a leader, if you don't have a trust, the leader cannot continue. So they even want him to continue beyond. But they don't have any regard for any of these political parties, whether it is the Awami League or BNP or the Jamaat-e-Islami. That is the young people, don't want any of them.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see how it plays out eventually. But at the moment, he's trusted. But he has to take charge. Because the technical government for interim transition only.
About what you said, the youngsters do not trust any of the leadership of the political parties at the moment. In fact, I was just reading before our podcast that the youth want to create another political party. Will that be feasible?
Well, it's, for all practical purposes, it is not that you're going to write off everybody. They have institutions, they are well entrenched in the society, whether it is Awami League, whether it is BNP, they've been there for a long time. There are radical elements which are very much with Jamaat-e-Islami, driven by Pakistan. So I think that they will all coexist. But my fear is that if this party, if they create one party, let's say Future of Bangladesh or Sonar Bangla or something like that, even if they create that political party, and if it doesn't win enough seats, because it's not only the students who are going to vote, everybody is going to vote in that election, then you might have another chaos. So that could be there. I hope they can have some kind of a national government. They do not. It should not be that they just go after the Awami League or go after another party or people or minorities, because that is not going to help Bangladesh.
I was again reading about how there are over 50 charges on Sheikh Hasina at the moment, and they want to bring her back from India to Bangladesh for hearing. Do you think India is getting a bad PR in the process because Sheikh Hasina settled in Delhi at the moment, and does that bring bad light to India? That means that we support her fully?
It's not a question of full support or not. It's a question that if somebody has come to your country who has been your friend as well, who has looked after your core interests in many ways, while taking the country, India's contribution to Bangladesh is not only during the independence, but thereafter, in building Bangladesh kind of a nation, a strong nation that it is. It is performing much better than anyone else, and certain it was doing better than India also. So all that happened because they had the stability, and because they had certain policies that favored them, and India was a great helper in that regard. So I think that if she has chosen to come to India, and her life was in danger, it is normal, and that you give them. We have had Dalai Lama in India forever, now 70 years. We have had the Afghan president's family here living there. Sheikh Hasina herself lived here for 5 years after the death of Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. We have had many of their leaders staying here. You have Taslima Nasreen, the famous author who has been wanted by the Bangladeshis forever. So it happens. People go to different countries, seek refuge. She wanted to go to UK, but for certain political reasons, geopolitical reasons, UK has not yet approved her application. She doesn't want to stay in India for good. But she is a guest, and as long as she continues. Coming to your question regarding extradition, we do have an extradition treaty. But the extradition treaty does not cover people who are looking political asylum, because their life is in danger. That's the reason countries allow them. It is for criminals, basically. And of course, there will be there. Besides, there is a long process, legal process, of identifying them, charging, then the courts asking, then the letter rogatory issued. Then it will be vetted by the Indian courts, whether it has been proper justice has been done or not. And thereafter you decide whether the particular case falls in that or not. And India is a power. Let us not forget about it. We are not a banana republic that anybody can force us to do anything. We want well for Bangladeshis. We want to work closely with the Bangladeshi people for their benefit. But that doesn't mean that anything that is going wrong, India could be a party to it.
Diary of a Publisher. Here we don't just talk, we explore, question, and push beyond the ordinary. And if you're ready to see things from a fresh perspective, you're at the right place. Make sure to subscribe. We're just scratching the surface, and the next conversation might just change how you see the world.